Did you know there's some reported creatures that like to knock on your door in the middle of the night and also knock on your car door window while you're driving? These are known as black-eyed kids, and I'm going to explain exactly what that is. Hi everybody, Nick Sarlo here from Shadowhunters Paranormal Investigation and Events. If you guys are brand new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hit that bell notification, and every time we are live or we put out another video, you guys will get notified. So on today's video, I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about a phenomena that's all over the internet. It's called black-eyed kids or black-eyed children. Pretty much what it is there's these kids that go around and apparently they will knock on your door, and when they knock on your door, they're going to try to do everything that they can to get you to let them inside, and that's the last thing you want to do, is let these kids inside. So pretty much the full description of black-eyed kids or children are they're American creatures that resemble children between the ages of 6 and 16 with pale skin and black eyes who are seen or panhandling by doors, by cars, and like I said, they're going to try to do anything they can to try to get you to let them in your house or your vehicle. A lot of this started, they say, back in the 1980s, but there's really no reports that went back to 1980. So I think that they were just kind of given a date of 1980 is where it started from. But the first official report was actually in 1996. In 1996, a guy named Brian Bethel had an encounter with reportedly two of the black-eyed kids or black-eyed children in Texas in 1996. Apparently how the story goes is he describes a late evening. He was stopped in a parking lot because he was writing a check, and all of a sudden he happened to look to his left and he saw these two kids coming towards him. He really didn't think anything of it because, I mean, he really didn't see the eyes at that time. But all of a sudden they started knocking on his window, and he had rolled down his window, and they said, "Oh, we had missed the movie," because there was a movie theater right across the street. "We had missed the movie and we need to get home. Can you give us a ride home?" But he said the whole time that he was talking to them, he felt this immense fear and anxiety talking to these two kids, and he wasn't really sure what was going on. And then he happened to look up and he locked eyes with them, and he said their eyes were pure black. And he kind of didn't really know like how to talk, how to speak at the time. It was almost like they were hypnotizing him to get them inside of the vehicle. And the whole time Brian was thinking, he's like, man, something just did not feel right about these kids. And he kept telling the kids, "No, sorry, I'm not going to do that." And every time he would do that, he noticed that the older of the two was getting really, really mad and very, very agitated because Brian would not let them inside of the vehicle. So during that time, Brian just shut his window, started the car, and he took off, and he never looked back. And of course, Hollywood heard of the story. You know, every time that something like this happens, there comes Hollywood coming knocking, and they actually made a movie of this, but it was actually they needed the funds from Kickstarter, apparently, to make this movie. So black-eyed kids are not a new phenomena. This has been going on, like I said, for a while. They say it started in 1980, but the first reports were in 1996. In 2013, MSN actually did a weekly strange blog that they do, and apparently the reports of black-eyed kids, this may have started the rumor of others seeing black-eyed kids on the internet, because 1996 there really wasn't a lot of internet access back then. And in 2013, with a major website like MSN, people started really kind of looking more into that, like, oh my God, are there really black-eyed kids out there? Are there really black-eyed children? Now, this did not just, so the black-eyed kids story did not just happen in the United States. There was actually a report in the UK in one of their newspapers that they started seeing reports of black-eyed kids or children, and they actually did a whole entire article for it. So it wasn't just the United States. This started happening all over the world. Leave a comment below. Have you guys ever seen or heard reports of black-eyed kids or children that have been around anywhere else? If you have, let us know in the bottom. We read all the comments and we will reply back to all the comments. So exactly what is black-eyed kids? Like, so some people believe that it's a alien from another planet that is just kind of see how humans are, or a lot of people do believe that it's the devil's children. Me personally, I don't know what I believe. I mean, it could be kids possessed. It could be anything. You know, it is paranormal, which means anything out of the ordinary. So who knows what it could be? Also, too, put down your comments below. What do you think it is? Do you think they're aliens? Do you think they are the devil's children? It's very, very mysterious, though. And one of the other things, like I had mentioned before, like with Brian's story, is they kind of have a mind control over yours, especially when you lock eyes with them. So they can kind of manipulate what they want you to do. So meaning invite them into the house, invite them into your car, invite them with you. And like I said, that's the last thing you want to do from the reports that I've read, is invite them anywhere near any of your personal belongings or private property. So like I said, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave the comments below. I would love to know your guys' thoughts on the black-eyed kids phenomena, or black-eyed children, or whatever you guys want to call them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I am Nick from Shadow Hunters, and I will see you guys next time. But remember, if the doorbell rings in the middle of the night, don't answer it. It just might be one of those children.